Thank you, Guillermo. Thank you, Jan, for these perspectives about future and Harmony and Harmony Plus. And continuing with this, let's say, with this new project, with this new idea, which is a complementary idea of Harmony, Fred Calado and I will, let's say, explain a little bit the Harmony Plus project. For those who really want to enlarge their knowledge in the project, I think the PMOs made a really very nice video presentation, a PowerPoint plus video. Let's go to provide some bullets about Harmony Plus project. It is a duration of 3 years. We started in this month, in October. So we are planning to finish in 2023. It will be around 1 year overlapping with Harmony, maybe more, because we are planning to enlarge Harmony 1 more year. And the budget of Harmony Plus will be almost 12 million. From those, 6.7 million will be direct cash provided by IMI funding. In Harmony Plus, we, from the very beginning, we try to reduce the governance, reduce the architecture of the consortium. And in that way, we made we work in two directions. First of all, trying to reduce the number of the work package. And now we are going to be 6 work packages in Harmony Plus, because in some way we fuse work package 3, 4, and 5. And it is because all the work performed by work package 3 in Harmony is used also in Harmony Plus, and it will be more or less the same schedule, the same idea. And also we have reduced the number of partners, both from the public side and from the private side. So this is the general structure. As usual in these schemes, they are really, for me, at least for my understanding, they are really complicated, more complicated to be explained in just 1 minute, but you will have the slides and you can have a look on this. Okay, what is the interaction between Harmony and Harmony Plus? So we have collected and we have performed so many things in Harmony that can be used also by Harmony Plus, that it could be really a very good, very nice opportunity to get all the standard operational procedures for submitting and assess research proposals, for the anonymization procedure, for assessing data quality and completeness. Yesterday we were talking, at least in our ALL working group, how we can manage these, that sometimes is really a work really impressive, but now we have reduced all the bureaucracy, but we have to keep in mind that this is something that we have to retain, because we have to follow the rules, we have to be in accordance with the European law, and that's imply in some way that if there is a data transfer, we must sign this data transfer by contract at any time. So we have to provide the informed consent for prospective data, and we will manage all the data in this data harmonization performed by OMOP. In that way, all the data will have the same characteristics. And I think Fred now can explain better than me the main goals that we are now in mind for this Harmony Plus project. Fred, please, go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm pretty sure I will not be able to explain better than Jesus, but I will try nonetheless to explain a little bit the idea. Again, building on what I mentioned yesterday when we started the session, the main goals are multifold in terms of the scope. On the scientific dimension, of course, we are including additional hematological malignancies. Harmony Plus now enables Harmony as an umbrella project to actually cover all hematological malignancies rather than the 7 original therapy areas. In addition to that, there's a huge interest to focus the sourcing of data in procurement of data really internally within the network, within our network, in us getting deep omic data in order to link to the clinical data that is coming from either the studies, the clinical studies, trials, or non-interventional studies. Very importantly, and this has been referred to a few times yesterday and today as well, knowing the growing importance of existing data in regulatory interactions, and especially in those that involve the approval of new medicines through clinical trials that for some reason or another require to be enhanced by existing clinical data from existing trials. Harmony Plus aims to become a source of this kind of information to support these regulatory decisions. And definitely this can and should be done with close collaboration with EMA specifically, of course, in Europe, but also very much open to make good use of the data that will be curated within our platform with other regulatory authorities around the world, as to enable innovative treatments to be approved faster with the existing data. A third category, of course, related to the first one, to the last one, I mean, is on the building of additional modules that will enable these decisions to be made. So not only we want to support data from in the decisions of regulators through the use of data that we accumulate in our platform, but also there's other important decisions related to reimbursement and other health stakeholders that can greatly benefit from the data that we are trying to accumulate in a collaborative way. And then finally, and very importantly, again, I did mention this in passing yesterday, the fact that Harmony is not only a collaborative project within the consortium, but also collaborative with other initiatives in the scientific realm. So definitely we are very much interested to explore synergies with other initiatives. A notable one is the ASH Data Hub that is starting to focus on multiple myeloma in the US, and we are very certain that this will be a fruitful collaboration, as ASH, will certainly in the future also expand their scope to cover other therapy areas that are also covered by Harmony. I'm taking a leap here, but I think this is probably what will happen in the future. And it is with the great pleasure that we are already seeing the usefulness of Harmony and Harmony Plus, even though, of course, Harmony Plus has only been officially around since the beginning of this month. Of course, knowing that this project will come to life in October, a lot of our scientific collaborators have already thought about how we could make best use of this project. Also knowing that the project will be limited in time, will be much shorter than Harmony is, then we definitely want the very good brains around this network to start thinking about what we can do under Harmony Plus. And a very important and a very interesting example is the project that I think we'll hear definitely in just maybe a few minutes from Professor Tiziana Barbui on exploring the impact of COVID-19 on outcomes in myeloproliferative neoplasms. Definitely a very important topic, given, of course, the very special moment that we're living, all of us throughout the world with COVID-19, and very important to understand the impact of this new and very poorly understood condition in patients with MPN. And it gives me special pleasure, given that, of course, I come from Novartis, that also Novartis has also just submitted to Harmony Plus the first Novartis-driven proposal, scientific proposal. It is a little bit different from all other proposals that we've been seeing. It actually is more of a validation study on first preliminary findings from actually data coming from the other side of the world in the US. So the context here is that there were some very interesting clinical insights that were generated with data from Optum, which is a fairly well-known source of data in the US. Not oncology specific, but of course with also clinical information from oncology patients. And the idea here is to validate the findings of that initial study with the data that hopefully the consortium, the Harmony Plus consortium, will be able to collect about PV patients. And I'm very, very happy that we were able to secure one of the investigators, Santiago Moreno, to speak a little bit about the proposed project also in a few minutes. Yes, and these are just two initiatives out of hopefully will be a huge volume of projects coming to our in our way for Harmony Plus. Definitely, I think, and Jesus made a few comments already on how we try to streamline the organization of Harmony Plus in light of the building blocks that we've achieved with Harmony. Definitely, I think there's always going to be the need for critical mass in each individual therapy areas, and definitely, of course, we will leverage the infrastructure and the governance that has been already put together by Harmony to sort of take these ideas to fruition in terms of research question to results faster than ever, and hopefully we'll be able to prove that actually Harmony Plus can be and will surely be a very cost-effective investment by the IMI office in using already a well-established consortium and platform like Harmony to actually be able, with a marginal investment of cash and in-kind contributions, to actually generate more science that impacts patients with other hematological conditions beyond the 7 that the Harmony consortium originally targeted. Back to you, Jesus.
Hello, thank you, Fred. Now, well, really, for those who really know Harmony, to understand the general structure of Harmony Plus is not so difficult. So we have added, please come back one slide. Okay, thank you. We have added the disease, the LAC disease in the previous consortium, myeloproliferative disorders and CML, Hodgkin lymphoma, and we have grouped the other rare hematological malignancies. But from the very beginning, we have been an open consortium with open mind. So this year, for instance, with the COVID-19, we have to adapt also the consortium to the COVID-19 pandemic. So it is something that is not included in Harmony Plus structure, but in fact is there also. So it is something that we have to manage. We are at the operational level. For instance, as yesterday we met in 6 different rooms. In future, we will need at least 8 or 9 different rooms to meet each other and just to be focused disease by disease, trying to build up the best project as possible. But the general idea remains similar to the previous one. So, well, I only have to tell all of you, thank you for attending the Harmony Plus. Thank you for supporting Harmony Plus project. We will be more than happy if you will require to be associated member with the same rules like in Harmony project. It will be really important to share your data in order to better manage the patients. And also, we really need your research proposal. Fred already talked about 2 projects in myeloproliferative disorders. Personally, I'm more than happy that at the very beginning of Harmony Plus, we started with 2 projects. It is really important because it is something that made some difficulties sometimes to really produce a great idea. Now we have these 2 projects, but quite sure that in CML, in Hodgkin lymphoma, and in the other diseases, it will be also projects. We also have this initiative coming with the Working Cooperative Group by Professor Pagano regarding COVID-19 that we will see later on. So it is really very important to present your own research project proposal, and really welcome to Harmony Plus. Now we are 2 Harmony and Harmony Plus, but in fact we are just one idea, one common idea, and the common idea is to really improve the patient management with these hematological malignancies.